guys, welcome to the review of your 5.4 or 5.6 test. Let's just jump in right here. This becomes 4 minus 2i plus 1 minus 4i. So when I go to combine like terms, this is 5 minus 6i. That is in standard form. Notice the 5 has to come first, then the i term. So when I distribute this minus into parentheses, this is what I'm left with. I'm going to combine like terms. I'll get negative 5 and positive 27i when I combine all my i's. Again, standard form. 3 and 4 I'm finally multiplying. This would be 24i minus 4i squared. I squared equals negative 1, so this is actually positive 4 plus 24i. That's where you can stop. I'm going to FOIL this, and I'm going to get the following. 20i plus 12i squared. Remember, I squared is negative 1, so this is 5 minus 12, which is negative 7, and I have minus 23i. So there are your first 4. I'm going to keep moving down. 5 and 6. 5, I am squaring a binomial, so that's 2 plus 5i times 2 plus 5i. So this is FOIL, 4 plus 10i plus 10i plus 25i squared. So this is 4 minus 25, so it's negative 21, plus 20i. So combine like terms there. You are not allowed to leave I in the bottom, so this is just rationalizing the denominator so it doesn't have I in it. So I multiply by the conjugate. When I do that on top, that's distributive property, 6 plus 3i over 4 plus 2i minus 2i minus i squared. Remember, this is negative 1, so minus a negative 1 would be plus 1. This is 6 plus 3i all over 5. These cancel out. Right, number 7. Most efficient way to do this is just multiply the I out of the bottom. 5's fine where it is. So I'm going to distribute I into both of these. It's negative 2i minus 3i squared over 5i squared. Up top, this is a negative 1, so negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 3. I still have minus 2i all over negative 5. This I squared again is negative 1. Conjugates again, just like number 6, I'll rewrite the bottom, except I'll change minus to plus this time. And I'm going to FOIL the top, so it's 15 plus 3i plus 5i plus i squared over 25 plus 5i minus 5i minus I squared. So this is minus 1 because it's plus I squared, which is negative 1. So that's basically 15 minus 1 is 14. 3i and 5i make 8i. Down here, negative 1 and negative make plus 1. So this is 26. All of these are divisible by 2. And that's what we're looking at. Okay. Let's jump down to 9 through 12. Right. There is no quadratic formula in the front, so I'm going to subtract 2x squared over. And then I'm going to add 1 to 9. Okay. Let's see here. Well, it looks like I'm just going to solve for x squared by getting the x squared by itself. So 2x squared equals negative 10. X squared equals negative 5. Square root of that would be that. But remember, I can break down the negative to be I root 5. There's number 9. Alright guys, let's take a look at number 10. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to distribute this 3 and get 3x squared plus 15 equals 6x squared plus 30. I'm going to subtract 3x squared over to get 3x squared. I'm going to subtract 30 over here to get negative 15. I'm going to divide by 3. Show it. X squared equals negative 5 again, so square root. And then x would equal positive negative I square root of 5. Okay. Going down to number 11. I'm going to isolate what's being squared, so I'm going to add 12 over. So I'll have negative 3 times 5x plus 6 squared equals 12. And then I'm going to divide by 3. And I'm going to get negative 4. And I'm in a scenario where I need to do the square root. I'm a negative 4, which is plus minus 2i. I then subtract 6 over. I get negative 6 plus or minus 2i. then I'm going to divide by 5. So negative 6 plus or minus 2i all over 5. Okay. Going through number 12, I'm going to subtract 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is move that 2 over. So I have 4 times x plus 3 squared equals negative 2. I am going to divide by 4, which would be x plus 3 squared equals negative 2 over 4. I square root this. I get x plus 3 squared equals, this is I plus or minus I root 2 over 2. The square root of 4 is 2. Square root of negative 2 is I root 2. And all I have to do then is move my 3 over. So it's negative 3 plus or minus I square root of 2 all over 2. Notice the negative 3 is not divided by 2. It's just the I root 2. Alright. Going to the back. You only have to solve 3 of these, so I'm going to go through all of them, but notice you only have to do 3 of them. I'm going to actually zoom this out. Let's do the discriminants quick. And I'll talk about which ones you would have to do. If you did this discriminant for 13, first set it equal to 0. So you have A is 1, B is 5, C is negative 3. So if you do the discriminant, you would have 25 minus 4 times 1 times negative 3. This is 5 squared. 25 plus 12 is 37. So this will have 2 real solutions because that's a positive discriminant. Over here in 14, A is negative 4, B is positive 4, C is negative 1. So if I do my discriminant here, I'll get 4 squared is 16 minus 4, and then times A times C. So this is 16 minus 16, which is 0. So this will have 1 real solution if my discriminant is 0. Going to 15. Okay, in 15, A is 1/3, B is 1, C is 3. So if I do my discriminant, I have 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times 1/3 times 3. So 3 times 1/3 is 1. So I have 1 minus 4 times 1, which is negative 3. So that's an imaginary number when I take the square root of it, thus leaving me with 0 real solutions. 16. Okay, I'm going to get this setting to 0, so I'm subtracting x squared. I get 2x squared. I subtract 5x over. That's supposed to be a 3. And then I add 1 over to set it equal to 0. So A is 2, B is negative 3, C is 1. So my discriminant would be positive 9 minus 4 times 2 times 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. So this is 2 real solutions. Okay, going down to 17. My A is negative 1, my B is 2, and my C is negative 5. So when I do my discriminant, this is 4 minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 5. So this would be 4 minus 20, which is negative 16. Thus giving me 0 real solutions. 18. Okay? I cannot FOIL B and C out until this is basically in standard form. So I need to FOIL this. That'll be x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then going to set it equal to 0, which would be minus 6x plus 9. So A is 1, B is negative 6, C is positive 9. So if you do your discriminant, you will have 36 minus 4 times 1 times 9. So that's 36 minus 36. Which is 0. So there's my discriminant, which means I have 1 real solution to this guy. Now, you only have to do 1 of each. Now, I'm going to start with the 2 real solution problems, which would be 16 and 13. 16 looks a lot easier because I can take the square root of 1. So, I'm going to do this one for quadratic formulas. That means I have negative b, which would be positive 3, plus or minus my discriminant, which is 1, over 2 times a, which is 4. The square root of 1 is 1. So I'm going to have 2 answers. I'm going to have 3 plus 1, which is 4 over 4. And I'm going to have 3 minus 1, which is 2 over 4, which gives us 1 and half. Those are my 2 solutions. I wouldn't do 13 then because I have my 1 solution for 2 real solutions. If you choose to do 13, your answer for this would have been -5 plus or minus the square root of 37 over 2. Let's talk about our one real solution answers. So I'll switch to pink. So I'm going to focus on 14 and 18. 14 was a lot less work to get the discriminant, so this is the one I would probably want to stick with. So when I do this, I got negative b, which is -4 plus or minus the square root of 0, all over 2 times -4, which is negative 8. Square root of 0 is 0. If you subtract or add 0 to -4, you will get -4. So next it's just going to be a half. That's my one real solution. If you choose to do 18, which I wouldn't, but if you did, since it's 0, negative b will be -6, so positive 6 plus or minus the square root of 0. 2 times 1 is 2. So basically this is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Okay, so there's 14 and 18, but you only have to do one of them. I would obviously prefer to just do 14. So that leaves us now our 0 real solutions. So we're comparing 15 and 17. 15, you have a -3, and 17, you have -16. I can actually take the square root of this guy, so this is the best one to do. Okay, so I'm going to do 17 over here. So I have negative b, which is -2, plus or minus the square root of -16, all over 2 times -1, which is -2. All I'm going to do is take the square root of -16, which is 4i over -2. All those are divisible by 2, which would leave me with 1 plus or minus 2i. So there's 17. You would be finished at that point again. If you choose to do 15, it's a lot more work. Okay, just get you the solution up here nice and quick. -1 plus or minus the square root of -3 all over 2 times 1/3. Okay, so I'm going to break down the radical. That will be I root 3. And 2 times 1/3 is 2/3. Now you can't leave a fraction in a fraction, so you multiply top and bottom by 3 over 2. This gives you 1, so you won't have a fraction in a fraction anymore. And now I'm going to multiply 3/2 into both of these. So my final answer here, I might need to buy some space. Right here, -3 over 2 plus or minus 3i root 3 over 2. That would be for this guy. But again, the ones I would have looked at, I would not have done 15, I would have done 17, I would have done 14, and the last one was 16. I would not have done 13, 15, and 18 if this was. Okay, last problem at the bottom. Discriminant time. The only way you can get this to have one real solution is to get b squared minus 4ac equal to 0. That will leave you with one solution. So my a value, which is 3, my c value is 5, my d value, well, that's what we want to find. So b squared minus 4 times 3 times 5. That would be b squared minus 60. B squared equals 60. And then I'm going to follow that up with the square root, so plus or minus 4 times 15. That was 60, and that would leave us with plus or minus 2 root 15. And these are the values for b that will give you one real solution when you do find out the formula. Once again, guys, if you have questions, fire away. You know where I'm at. Hope you have a happy holiday, and I'll talk to you guys soon. So, ciao.